Okay, so good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So first of all, welcome to the University of Hong Kong. We are delighted you spent time this morning to come to visit our campus. So hopefully you'll find this an enjoyable experience. So the idea of this one kind of 1 hour talk is to introduce a free flagship program. So I'm Professor Chow from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. I'll talk about the free flagship program. Actually, we have the director of the elite program, Professor Kenneth Bong. So I'll introduce him again. So Professor Kenneth Bong, we'll give him a round of applause. Okay. So if you have any question concerning the elite program, perhaps grab him at the end of the session to ask more question about the elite program. Okay, so let's start. So before I begin, let's try to introduce this philosophy, the new philosophy of the policy of admission at the University of Hong Kong. It's actually not new. We have been debating this for many years, but finally in 2024, we decided to implement it, and starting from the student intake of September 2025, we go back to departmental-based admission again. So the idea is not to impose any screening upon the student once they enter Hong Kong U. So 5 years ago, you come to Hong Kong U Engineering, you go through a certain screening process, and at the end of the first year, and you decide, or the faculty decide whether you can major in civil or mechanical or computer science and so on. But this year, from this year on, we decide no more screening. You apply through JUPAS or the non-JUPAS system to civil mechanical. Once you get in, then you get in. We will not put any obstacle in front of you. But having said that, we nevertheless introduce free flagship program. Each will take in roughly 25 students per year, and they all serve a different purpose. The idea of this talk and this hour, it will explain the motivation, the background behind this free elite, this flagship program. And the merit of this flagship program is that there's no more screening again. Once you go into flagship program, X plus AI, GEBP, elite, and so on, you can still freely choose your major. So let's begin the elite program. So the elite program is designed to prepare or nurture students to learn frontier knowledge in technology and also take up leadership role. Okay, so beyond traditional engineering education, we also try to convey frontier fields like artificial intelligence or AI, material technology, nanofabrication, and so on. And we hope the student can pursue the most competitive career path and have wonderful development opportunity. So these are roughly the merit of the elite program, and I will try to explain them one by one. In terms of curriculum, the elite program follow the standard engineering department curriculum. In year one, you learn the foundation course, namely mathematics, mechanics, electricity, programming. But this year, we also ask students to take on the so-called engineering challenges or hands-on experience. So the student will try to actually work with a robot or model airplane, toy racing car, and so on. Year 2, year 3, you start to specialize, choose your major, and then take the so-called foundation course, advanced course, and then eventually year 4, take the technical elective and take the so-called final year project or capstone experience. So actually, in summer 2024, the university went through an administrative reform in terms of the academic development at HKU. Computer science, financial technology, they are kind of separate from engineering. They become a new school of computing and data science. So after that, the School of Engineering or the Faculty of Engineering, we have 4 departments: civil engineering, data and system engineering, and electrical and electronic engineering actually offer 3 programs: electrical engineering there, electronic engineering, and also computer engineering, and finally mechanical engineering. So for the elite program student, because they were special, we kind of give them a lot of flexibility in the choices. They can major in any of the four traditional engineering departments, namely civil, data and system, electrical and mechanical, but we also allow them a choice to go into computer science or major in artificial intelligence and data science. There's the other two flagship programs called X plus AI. X actually stands for any Bachelor of Engineering degree program, civil, electrical, mechanical, and so on. Plus AI, AI actually stands for Master of Science in Engineering with a specialty in artificial intelligence. Okay, and the GEBP stands for Global Engineering Business Program, which is actually a double degree or dual degree program in engineering and business. So we'll explain kind of in detail eventually in the next hour or so. Okay, so what is special about Elite in terms of human resource? We offer special academic advisor. We choose a group of more senior, more experienced professor to be the advisor for our elite student. So roughly the entering class for elite student will be roughly 25. Well, this year is exceptional in the sense that it was so popular that so many well-qualified universities asked us to take in more students, and we take in around 40 students this year. So the coming year, we do not know. Of course, we hope that a large number of students will come in, and then we'll lobby the university administration to let us take in more. But anyway, we'll allocate senior professor to be the academic advisor for the elite student. And we also give the elite student industrial mentor. So let's say a student choose to go to civil engineering, we'll identify senior engineer, let's say in the construction industry, to serve as the industrial mentor for this student with the aim of trying to nurture or trying to develop the professional career of the student in the best possible manner. And of course, other experience will be industrial placement or internship, research internship for students who are more academic oriented, capstone experience, and overseas exchange. Now, in terms of money, um, for every elite student, we will offer a scholarship of 100,000 Hong Kong dollar, 100,000 Hong Kong dollar in 4 installments. So in other words, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, you get 25,000 Hong Kong dollar each year. And if you decide to go overseas for an exchange experience, we will pay you another 50,000 Hong Kong dollar as kind of subsidy to kind of to provide a motivation for you to go on exchange. And this is in addition to any scholarship the student may have. If you already have some other scholarship, we will not take them away. We will nevertheless offer this to every elite student. Most of the applicants today probably are the JUPAS or the local students. So the traditional route is this. So we ask the student to have at least the English language, Chinese language, compulsory math, and then 2 elective subjects. And of course, the citizenship and social development you need to attain. And the requirement for the elite program is that English language is you have to go to level 4, math you have to go to level 4, and Chinese level 3, the 2 elective level 3. The additional math, the math module M1 or M2 is preferred but not required. Let me emphasize, is preferred but not required. Okay. And if you count the so-called best 5 subject, our scoring formula is English, compulsory math, plus 3 other subjects. Let me repeat, English, compulsory math, and 3 other subjects. For elite, you need to go to 31. Based on this formula, English, compulsory math, 3 other subjects, you need to go to 31. As the minimum threshold for consideration. And in case you do not know, the Hong Kong U system uses a strange formula. If you get 5 stars, it's taken as 8.5. If it's a 5-star, it's taken as 7. 5 is taken as 5.5. 4 is 4. 3 is 3, and so on. Okay. And in case you have other qualification like GCA level, IB, and so on, will not repeat all the details. For example, IB, you need at least to go to 40 out of a maximum of 45. SAT, you need to at least go to something like 1430, but typically successful applicant need to go to 1500 or more, okay? And then GCE, you need to get 3A star, 1A, and so on, okay? Okay, so that's about it, elite. So that perhaps now let me go to the X plus AI program. So I'm roughly on track. Yeah, so the next 15 minutes we'll say something about what is this X plus AI program. So again, the word X is not trying to send something for algebra. X mean any bachelor degree program in the Faculty of Engineering, can be civil, can be data and system, can be electrical, or the three major in electrical include, namely computer engineering, electrical engineering, and electronic engineering, and then mechanical engineering. Okay. So, and before I go actually to, by the way, Professor Kelvin Orr from the Department of Data and System, he will be the program director. Okay. Now, well, let me quickly go over this point before I explain what is the foundation or what is the motivation behind our offering of this X plus AI degree program. So this is a 4+1 program. This is a Bachelor of Engineering program plus a master study. Master study requiring 1 academic year, so it's a 4+1 program. And that master study is not arbitrary master program. Is a master program in artificial intelligence in engineering. Okay, so the duration is 5 or 4+1 year, and the idea is to train students eventually with sufficient or eventually sophisticated artificial intelligence skill to tackle future engineering challenges. And before I go for this point, interdisciplinary approach, and that is a point of why we want to offer this X plus AI. So if you would ask, why don't we take up any bachelor of engineering study and then apply for a master degree of computer science? It's just the same as X plus AI. Now, the answer in terms of Hong Kong U offering is no. The reason why we want to offer this X plus AI is that we intend to develop specialized course, master level course, where you actually study the application of artificial intelligence in the specialty area. So let's say your major is civil engineering. We will develop 2 or 3 courses in civil engineering where the student will learn how AI or artificial intelligence is applied in the field of civil engineering. Similar, the same approach for mechanical or electrical engineering. So it's quite different from you study from a bachelor degree and then you go to any other place in the world and apply for a master in computer science. So this is our Hong Kong U approach, and that is kind of a Bachelor of Engineering program plus a specialty of AI in that particular area. Okay, so that is with that, so this why is combine the core engineering education with advanced technique within this 5 years of training. Okay, so the career preparation again is to prepare students for engineering career with advanced technology of software, AI, and all those data science skill. Okay, so with that, you can now perhaps understand our motivation why we will not allow X plus AI student to major in computer science, not because you are not qualified. Okay, it's not does not mean that elite students are more qualified, X plus AI students are less qualified, and therefore we allow elite students go to computer science. We don't allow X plus AI students to go to computer science. The reason is this particular philosophy, because we want students to learn one traditional area of engineering, like civil mechanical, well, and then apply AI in that area so as to capture the frontier development in that particular field. Okay, so if you major in computer science and then study an AI, or I mean study a master in AI, then you lose that rationale of our offering, because if you don't know any civil, don't know any mechanical or electrical engineering knowledge, then there's no point in taking that particular master degree. So in terms of feature, we'll explain in terms of structure and roadmap, AI-related courses, scholarship, and so on. Okay. Now, we have to emphasize again and again, the free flagship program are not new diploma. Hong Kong U is not going to give a bachelor degree in elite engineering or expert AI engineering. It's not that. There's nothing called an elite in engineering. You still get a traditional degree of civil engineering, mechanical or electrical engineering. Your diploma is still civil, mechanical or electrical engineering. But elite means we place special attention upon you. We hope that you have an enjoyable 4-year or fruitful experience of learning within those 4 years, and get the connection in terms of the senior professor, in terms of the industrial mentor. The name of the diploma is still civil or mechanical or electrical engineering. And same as X plus AI. I mean, the X refer to the Bachelor of Engineering program. It's still civil, data and system, and so on. Okay, so along that line of direction is the 4-year journey roughly go like this. So the first year you come in, of course you can declare major at that point, but we give you up to 1 year to select your major. So you can take other courses, talk to the student, talk to the professor. At the end of the first academic year, you choose your major, whether it's electrical, mechanical, and so on. Okay. And then you, in year 2, year 3, year 4, you complete the degree requirement. And then you, at the end of year 4, you complete the bachelor degree study. And then, of course, we need to put in a bare minimum, so to speak, academic requirement. You need to have a GPA. GPA stands for grade point average. So you get a grade of A is 4.0, B is 3.0, and then you average over your A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus. That is called a grade point average. And in Hong Kong U, we have this CGPA, cumulative grade point average. I mean, you study for 1 semester, you get a GPA. Semester 2, you get a GPA. And over the whatever semester you have, we compute something called cumulative grade point average. You need to get a cumulative grade point average of 2.7 or above in order to maintain normal academic progress for this degree program. Now, we realize that many students are probably 17 years old right now, or close to 18 years old. And if you ask them to commit for a master degree study, it may sound a very far away journey to them. And therefore, we put in a flexibility option or an escape clause, in the sense that if you enroll in this program, if at the end of the 4th year you decide, oh, master degree is not for me, I want to go to the real world, get a real job, that's fine. Then you just graduate at that point, get a bachelor degree, no penalty, no whatever. You just, at the end of the 4th year, get the bachelor degree, leave Hong Kong, you pursue your own interests and so on. Okay. But if you decide, oh, okay, eventually I still want to go for that master degree, then to provide the motivation, we give you 120,000 Hong Kong dollar as a subsidy. But to be frank, that is not sufficient. Actually, the tuition is slightly higher, but we hope that the $120,000 will be a very useful beneficial factor in the financial consideration of the family. Okay, and then of course, if you stay for 1 more year, you get the master degree, and then eventually in 5 years you get the bachelor and the master degree. Okay, so again, if you understand our rationale of why we do not allow students to go into computer science for the X plus AI program, then you can see in this particular page, then you see the option available to you are civil, data and system and mechanical under the three respective department. Electrical engineering offer three separate programs: computer engineering, electrical, and electronic engineering. Roughly speaking, for those who are not in this field, electrical refer to roughly devices with large current. Electronic engineering refer to devices with small current. Okay. Now, we identify courses, or we are going to develop courses for Express AI students in their 4 year of undergraduate study. So here are the list where you will be taking courses related to this artificial intelligence, data science, and so on. So some of these you probably might have heard about it: deep learning, natural language processing, and so on. So these are the courses we have in place or going to develop for students in this particular program, so that they know the AI knowledge to go for the master program. And of course, if you decided to not to go for the master program, then this you count it as a free elective, and this you don't lose anything. You still get the 6 credit. Okay? So we already identify or have developed courses that are relevant to the respective field for the Express AI students. So perhaps I do a little bit kind of biased thing. I just talk about mechanical because I come from mechanical engineering. So for example, in mechanical engineering, we have two 4 year, year 4 courses: human robot control interface and wearable robotics. So these are the courses where students can learn about this data science, control, and so on. And then sensor actuator for robots is another course for students who want to know something about all these software skill and hope to develop their data science and software skill, artificial intelligence skill to a particular area in the industry. I will not go through the list in a comprehensive manner, but for other major, we have the respective courses listed here. So in terms of overseas exchange, uh, actually there's an abundance of opportunity in Hong Kong. There are actually 3 tier of exchange opportunities. It's a university-wide exchange program. There are many choices of school, but then of course you compete with students in medicine, dentistry, architecture, law, and so on. The Faculty of Engineering has a list of about 10 schools, 3 or 4 in America, 3 or 4 in Europe, 3 or 4 in Asia, and then you just compete with engineering students. And individual department, for example, my own department, mechanical engineering, we have a study program in summer, 6 weeks in Japan, where you spend 3 years, so not 3 years, sorry, 3 weeks in a university and 3 weeks in the automobile factory to know about the manufacturing industry there. Okay. And for Express AI students, we put a constraint on their choice of their final year, the so-called capstone project. It has to be AI related. You cannot do any arbitrary random project. You have to find a supervisor where the project is related to the subject of artificial intelligence. Again, as we mentioned, we offer a scholarship of Hong Kong dollar $120,000 to provide additional motivation for students who will be pursuing the master degree. So in terms of JUPAS, the minimum score for 5 subjects, the best 5 subjects, according to the special Hong Kong U rate of counting grade, it will be 30. For 5 subjects, JUPAS will be 30. And if you have other qualification like IB, the minimum level is 39. Elite is truly more selective. We impose a minimum threshold of 40. Express AI is 39. For GCE will be a 3A star, SAT, the minimum is 1400, but in practice, we expect the successful applicant to have a higher achievement. I kind of mentioned is the academic standard and capstone. So perhaps let's move to the final program. I'm kind of 2 minutes ahead of schedule. Okay, so finally, we want to talk about our third flagship program, which is called Global Engineering and Business Program, GEBP. So well, I'll repeat the name again because I don't want to say Global Engineering Business Program, this name in the next 15 minutes. I'll say GEBP, which stands for Global Engineering and Business Program. So basically, it's an engineering business double degree program. It's an engineering business double degree program. So our slogan is engineering excellence meets business innovation. So I myself is actually the program director of this particular initiative. So roughly it go like the following. The current format, I emphasize the current mode of operation because we are planning to change things. Okay, we are in the process of changing things. But let me tell you what is the current mode of operation. The current mode of operation is a 4+1 format. The student will spend 4 years in engineering. They will complete all the degree requirement for a Bachelor of Engineering degree. And then they will go to business school for 1 intensive year of study, and then they get the business degree too. Okay, so for the 4 year of study at the engineering faculty, they will take 9 business courses. So the first 4 year, make sure you get the engineering degree, and then but you also take 9 business courses, and then 1 intensive year, the 5th year at the business school. And then eventually you will get 5, you will spend 5 years, but then you get 2 degrees. So as a summary, you spend 5 years at HKU, but then you get 2 degrees, a bachelor degree in engineering and a bachelor degree in business. Okay. We also allow this flexibility option. So let's say you come in and intend to do this double degree program. Eventually, at the end of the 4th year, if the economy is so good that you cannot wait, you want to get a job right away, it's fine. Then you can just leave Hong Kong you at that point with a bachelor engineering degree. You just say, I forget about business degree. I don't want to stay here for the 5th year. Okay. So a flexibility option is that you can escape from Hong Kong you at the end of the 4th year and get a Bachelor of Engineering degree alone. So, but nevertheless, we still want to change things. You will say, why do I want to change things? Because we have been talking with students in the past few years. They want to change. They want to change because they want to have the attention of both engineering and business throughout the 5 years. In the first 4 years, the current mode of operation is more like an emphasis on engineering. The 5th year is completely business. They don't like that. Most of the students don't like that. So we listen to their concern. We decide, okay, we'll try our best to help our students to help their experience at Hong Kong U as enjoyable as possible. So we are filing the paperwork to do things right now. So for students coming in September 2026 or September 2027, this will be a fully integrated program. Then students will take business and engineering courses simultaneously throughout all 5 years, assuming that we get all the paperwork get done in time. By September 2026, the student coming in will take engineering and business courses throughout the 5 years, and not just some business course in the first 4 years, 0 engineering course in the 5th year. No more this kind of operation. It will be business and engineering courses throughout the 5 years. And then it's still academic advisor. So right now, first 4 year, students get an advisor in engineering. The 5th year, they get an advisor in business. Okay. So again, we want to change that. So in the new mode of operation, the student will get advisor in both engineering and business throughout the 5 years. And then now you don't have the flexibility option. Okay. If we pass this new mode of operation, okay, then you have to stay at Hong Kong U for the full 5 years. And if you want to change, we'll negotiate the detail later. But if we kind of pass or okay, thank you, go through this fully integrated mode, students have to stay at HKU for the full 5 years. But then the end result is still the same. You get a bachelor degree in engineering, you get a bachelor degree in business. So the JUPAS requirement is still more or less the same. We require higher level English, level 4, higher level of mathematics, compulsory part, level 4, Chinese languages 3, citizenship, that part at 10, and then 2 elective subjects. Again, same thing. Module module M1 or M2 is preferred but not required. Yeah. Now, in terms of choice of major, you can still, again, choose any of the engineering major our faculty offers, namely civil, data and system, electrical and mechanical, and so on. And again, we this time do not let students choose computer science, because we still want students who pursue this degree program to have a strong knowledge in one of the traditional engineering department, and then trying to develop some kind of entrepreneurship experience, start your own business. That's why we ask the student to major in one of these traditional engineering department, and then eventually go to a business major. Okay, so in terms of the structure of the curriculum, the first year is the traditional one, like mathematics, mechanics, electricity, common core. These are existing curriculum requirement. But the changes actually starting this September on the curriculum is that we have a so-called engineering challenge. Basically, it's a hands-on project. So we ask all students to go to the inner wing, and they try to build something themselves there to get some hands-on experience in how engineering or how real world work, to build something rather than just sitting in the classroom. And in line with the university policy, we ask all students to have some idea about artificial intelligence or AI. So we have courses in AI literacy. So these are the changes we have in terms of the year 1 curriculum. Now, in terms of year 2, year 3, more or less the same thing. You students take the engineering introductory core, and then eventually the advanced core. Students choose one of the or one from 5 possible business major: marketing, finance, entrepreneurship, human resource management, and so on. So they still take some business course. Again, let me emphasize, this is a current mode of operation. We are planning to change things eventually to a fully integrated mode. But at least under the current structure, this is how things go. And then at the year 4 then level, you take under the current mode of operation, you go through a so-called final year project or capstone experience. So the capstone experience basically is this: we ask you to integrate all the things that you have learned, whether it's a theoretical knowledge, computational skills, or some kind of experimental skill, into trying to tackle an engineering challenge. So in the past, we have professors who are in the field of microfluidics. They ask students to build a small scale thing for biomedical purposes. So these are example of the so-called capstone project. And we also have an English course which kind of run alongside with the capstone project. So that satisfies the university language requirement. But the year 4 English language course run like this. So the student take a capstone project, but then they also learn the professional technical English. And during their presentation, the English department actually sent a crew here to videotape the student presentation and eventually show the film to them again to try to correct the mistakes so that they gain experience in presentation and hopefully become a better person when they actually have to sell some sell some product in the market later. Okay, under the current mode of operation, the year 5 will be in business school, but again, we are planning to change things. Eventually, it will be a fully integrated system. Okay, so under the current mode of operation, we have uh, the year 5 study in addition to 4-year engineering, but then you get 1 additional degree, namely a business degree. That additional degree only come at 10 more months of study or 1 academic year. Okay, but now in terms of money, let me say that because the government has no obligation to provide all candidate with two fully subsidized degree. So after you get the first degree, if you get the second degree, the government asks you to pay a slightly higher tuition fee, roughly double the current structure. So that will be the self-finance year structure. You may ask, after the fully integrated program, what will be the tuition level? I mean, we have not worked out the numbers yet. Okay, so first we are working on the academic part. We'll work out the fully integrated curriculum, and then we'll look at the finance situation. Now, some of you may know that we run this Hong Kong U-Cambridge scheme where students spend 2 years at HKU and then 3 years in Cambridge, and at the end we'll get actually 4 degree, 1 bachelor degree from Hong Kong U, bachelor and master degree from Cambridge, and after a few years, Cambridge will give you the Master of Arts. So eventually you will have 4 degree, 2 bachelor degree, 2 master degree. Okay, so I will not go into the technical detail here. This year, well, actually this morning, we have a special talk on Cambridge. It happened at 9:15 this morning. And fortunately or unfortunately, it was completely full house. We will, again, eventually broadcast all the information on our website again. But perhaps let me just say here, if you enroll in a GEBP program, and then eventually you apply for the Cambridge scheme, and then you get admitted to the Cambridge, then the condition that we will enforce is that you will not be getting the business degree because you go to Cambridge, you get the engineering degree. We don't want to go through this procedure of you coming back at the 5th year or 6th year and so on. So if you go for the Cambridge scheme and get successfully admitted to Cambridge, you will kind of or you will consider you to give up the business degree option. Okay, so there are many learning opportunities. So the reason why we call it a global engineering business. So let me just quickly mention the activity we have developed in the past few years. We have invited the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of DHL to come to campus one afternoon to do a sharing session with our students. We have invited former head of the New World Group to come to campus to talk to our students. Also, the technology company like Infineon Technology, president of that company in Greater China, come to campus and so on. We also run a design thinking workshop in conjunction with the MIT Innovation Node in Hong Kong. And in terms of longer term learning experience, we run this airport challenge or kind of in conjunction with the MIT Innovation Node. So what that is the following. The airport authority kind of propose some kind of challenge for local student and actually for international student too. So for example, we have a handicapped traveler coming to the Hong Kong airport. How can Hong Kong airport develop facility to help this kind of special class of traveler? So in the past 2 years, every January or so, we have some students from MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology in the US, coming to visit Hong Kong. So a group of American students and Hong Kong students, they sit together for 2 weeks, work out some solution to this airport challenge, and eventually they have a presentation at the MIT Innovation Node in Kowloon Tong. So this is a good opportunity for local students and overseas students to work together on a challenging problem in the Hong Kong society. Okay, so for again, the next few slides will be a little bit technical. I will not go over all the things in detail, describe the Hong Kong U curriculum structure. Every course in Hong Kong, you carry 6 credits. You need to take 40 courses. That means you need to accumulate 240 credits for a single degree. For a double degree, uh, you need to accumulate 300 or so credits. But again, this is a detailed curriculum planning issue. Once you come into this program, we will let you know exactly how this degree planning work. But for a kind of informal session like this one, I'll not go into very technical detail involving numbers.